My name's Janet Docherty, and I'm one of the co-owners of Marydale Cider Works. When we launched with the network, with the Society of Économusée, it allowed us to really highlight the craft of what we were doing with the cider, highlight what we were doing with the craft of distilling, and giving us the opportunity to educate our consumer.
So here at the farm, we do make lotions and soaps and things using traditional methods. So we're taking flowers out of the garden and infusing them in oils, like olive oil and sweet almond oil. And we do that in a traditional method, which is the solar infusion, which means they're put out in the sun and using the sun's natural heat and warmth to infuse the oil.
So the Économusée has 6 different elements. First one being the welcoming area. So at Marydale, our welcoming area, you drive through the gates, of course, you see the Économusée signs along with ours, but there's signage that leads you to a gazebo right at the front. And there you can read about the Économusée, and you can also pick up that first initial brochure that is going to help lead you around through the next parts.
In the Économusée sense, I would say that the kitchen, yes, is where people see actually how we process that. All of our products are made in the kitchen basically, and we're processing mostly in small batches on pretty well on a daily basis. So we're making our creams and our lotions, we're making our soaps there, and we're also doing culinary products like mustards and jams.
Of course, we're starting out with our traditional side of what we do. And the traditional side of what we do, the old-fashioned way of making cider and picking the apples organically, pressing them, fermenting them, naturally allowing that to happen. But the contemporary side of what we do is apples expressed. What can we do with all the components of that traditional side of making cider? So some of the things that we're doing with that is our breads, for instance. We're taking our yeast during the fermentation and taking that and skimming that off, and then that becomes the yeast for our breads. So we actually have a component of the cider in another form in the breads that we're doing here. You're not necessarily at our place going to be watching a ferment or be able to watch when we're picking our apples, because it happens but once a year. But the documentation itself lets you read about that, and the added benefit that we have done with the signage through Économusée is to have a QR code. So you can bring your phone and pick that up and get some really in-depth knowledge.
We have a boutique as well where people can come and buy our products. We also have some information in there about herbs that people can access, and they're welcome to ask our staff about. So the boutique highlights, some of our creams and our medicinal creams and our culinary products, dried herbs, and things like that. We also have a nursery where we sell the plants themselves.